They mocked his mail-order rifle until he killed 11 Japanese snipers, just 4 days. But who was he? Where did he come from? And how did an old second-hand civilian rifle, one he ordered from a Sears catalog, become the most feared weapon in the jungles of Leyte in 1944? This is the story of Private First Class Daniel Hawkeye Mercer of the U.S. 96th Infantry Division. Quiet farm boy. A man most of his squad barely noticed. Little did they know. What happened next would become legendary. The setting is Leyte Island, Philippines, October 1944. General Douglas MacArthur has just returned. The U.S. 6th Army is pushing inland against entrenched forces of the 35th Imperial Japanese Army, commanded by Lieutenant General Sosaku Suzuki. The terrain? A nightmare of thick jungle, kunai grass, razor-sharp ridgelines, and trees packed with Japanese snipers armed with Type 97 sniper rifles. Among the 96th Infantry Division's 381st Regiment was PFC Daniel Mercer, age 22. A farm boy from rural Missouri. A quiet, solitary man who rarely spoke unless spoken to. He wasn't a standout recruit. He wasn't physically imposing. He didn't even have a standard-issue M1 Garand. Instead, he carried a bolt-action .30-06 commercial hunting rifle, one he had ordered before the war from a Sears mail-order catalog. A Winchester Model 70 with a 4x Weaver scope. His squad mates teased him. Some laughed. Others called it a hillbilly deer gun. A few joked that he planned to shoot Jap squirrels. But Mercer didn't argue. Didn't defend himself. Didn't explain. Only one man knew the truth, Sergeant Frank Delaney, the squad leader. He had watched Mercer qualify on the firing range. The quiet farm boy hit every target, even the ones others said were impossible. And Delaney noticed something else. Mercer never celebrated. Never smiled after a perfect shot, as if shooting to him wasn't talent, but memory. War was about to show why. By October 24, 1944, the 381st Regiment was advancing through the dense ridges west of Palo. The Japanese had prepared the perfect killing ground. Dozens of snipers hidden in tree nests 50 to 70 feet up. Camouflage so good that some nests took days to find. The moment Americans lifted their heads, crack, another casualty. By late afternoon, the regiment had lost 9 men in just a few hours. Morale slipped. Fear spread. Every rustle felt like a rifle scope turning toward them. At 1,400 hours, the 2nd Platoon, Mercer's platoon, halted near a ravine. The sniper had been targeting them for over an hour, pinning them down behind a fallen log. Private Jackson, the loudest man in the squad, shouted, "Where's that mail-order sharpshooter now?" A few laughed nervously, but their voices died when another shot cracked and buried itself into the log. The Japanese sniper was patient, precise, deadly. Sergeant Delaney crawled over to Mercer. "You think you can find him?" Mercer didn't answer. He simply raised his rifle. 4 or 5 long minutes. He scanned the treetops through his scope. Wind, humidity, light angle, leaf movement. He absorbed it all in silence. Finally, he whispered, "Third tree left of the split trunk. 40 feet up. He's breathing hard." "How the hell can you see that?" someone muttered. But Mercer wasn't listening. He exhaled and fired. One shot. A body tumbled from the canopy. The Type 97 sniper rifle clattered against branches on the way down. The line erupted in cheers. Even Jackson shut his mouth. But Mercer didn't smile. He only said, "There'll be more." Day 2 of the hills above Palo. On October 25th, the regiment pushed into Hill 522, a major Japanese defensive point. The deeper they advanced, the worse the sniper fire became. By 1200 hours, 3 American squads were pinned by at least 4 Japanese marksmen firing from different angles. The standard response was artillery, but thick canopy made spotting impossible. Shells hit trees instead of targets. That's when Delaney turned again to Mercer. "Hawkeye, we need you." Mercer's nickname was born that moment. He didn't like it, but it stuck. He crawled forward with 2 scouts, moving just a few feet per minute. He raised his rifle, and one by one, he began to eliminate the threat. Sniper number 2, 310 yards away, nearly invisible behind banyan leaves. Mercer caught the glint of his scope for half a second. Shot fired. Target down. Sniper number 3. Only 200 yards out, but firing from a shadowed crook of branches. Mercer waited, watching for breath vapor. When it came crack. Sniper number 4. This one harder. Moving position. Smart. Veteran. It took Mercer nearly 40 minutes to find him. The Japanese sharpshooter fired again. The round grazed Delaney's helmet. Men ducked. Mercer stayed still. He whispered. He's using dead leaves as a blind. Watch the flutter. The sniper shifted. Mercer fired. Silence fell across the ridge. The platoon advanced again. But the Japanese were not finished. Day 3 of the Ghost in the Trees. The Japanese 35th Army adapted quickly. By October 26th, commanders issued orders specifically targeting American counter-sniper specialists. That meant one man. Mercer. They sent their best. A trained sniper cell of 3 veterans from Manchuria, armed with 2 Type 97 sniper rifles, 1 Type 99 Arisaka, smoke grenades, bamboo decoys, camouflage suits, pre-prepared escape trees, tethered climbing lines. These were not ordinary troops. These were hunters, experts. For most soldiers, they were ghosts. For Mercer, they became his deadliest opponents yet. At 0900 hours, the first shot echoed. Private Keller dropped instantly, killed before he hit the ground. The squad scattered for cover. Delaney cursed. They're triangulating us. Fear gripped the platoon. Men trembled. Breathing, heavy, eyes wide. Mercer calmly slid into prone position. He spoke quietly. 3 shooters. High angle. Moving clockwise. How do you know? Jackson whispered. Because that's what I do. For the next 20 minutes, Mercer watched leaves shift, shadows stretch, branches sway unnaturally. Then he found the first sniper. Perched 30 feet high. Barely visible. Only a sliver of cheek exposed. Mercer fired. Sniper number 5 fell. The other 2 immediately changed position. The hunt intensified. The crisis of day 4. The morning of October 27th brought disaster. As the 381st pushed deeper into the jungle, the regiment walked into a coordinated Japanese ambush. Machine gun squads from the 20th Infantry Regiment opened fire from hidden bunkers. Mortar teams lobbed shells from the slopes above. And worst of all, a fresh team of Japanese snipers took positions in a spiderweb of overlapping kill zones. By 1000 hours, the 2nd platoon was cut off, pinned down, low on ammo. 3 men wounded. Every attempt to move triggered sniper fire. Even Delaney admitted, "We're in a kill box. We won't last an hour." Mercer checked his ammo. Only 9 rounds left. He looked up at the jungle canopy, layered in ridges, platforms, natural blinds. Then he spoke. "I'll need 5 minutes. If you hear 3 shots fast, move the wounded. If you hear nothing, I didn't make it." Delaney grabbed his shoulder. "Come back alive, son." Mercer slid into the shadows. The turning point. Mercer crawled through vines and mud, moving with the patience of a predator. He glimpsed a muzzle flash. The Japanese sniper fired again. Mercer counted 1.3 seconds between shots, cycle time of a Type 97 bolt action. Shot 1. Sniper number 8 down. He shifted positions. Shot 2. Sniper number 9 fell. But the last sniper was the most skilled. A duel of stillness began. Minutes dragged. Then a faint tightening of a leather sling. Mercer fired. Shot 3. Sniper number 10 fell. As the platoon retreated, one last Japanese marksman fired from the ridge. Mercer raised his rifle. 1 breath. 1 shot. Sniper number 11 fell. 4 days. 11 Japanese snipers. A mail-order rifle. And 1 quiet farm boy. By the time the platoon reached American lines, word had already spread. The official after-action report confirmed. 11 confirmed sniper kills between 24 to 27 October 1944. 37 pinned soldiers escaped. 3 wounded survived. 2nd platoon rejoined the regiment. For his actions, Mercer received the Silver Star, a battlefield promotion, the Bronze Star with V device. But the quiet farm boy never boasted. When asked years later how he made those impossible shots, he simply replied, "I wasn't fighting to kill. I was fighting to bring my men home." This was just one of countless untold stories from the Second World War. Subscribe to World War II Records as we continue to bring these forgotten chapters of history back to life.